The main thing you need to do to become a gentleman is to simply embrace it. So many people have these misconceptions about what a gentleman is. He must be born into a certain family, he must have a certain level of money, he must live in a certain type of place. But all of these are simply limiting beliefs that are holding you back from being the man you want to be. It is my firm belief that any man can be a gentleman if he is ready to make the change. And I know all of this can seem very overwhelming, so I've decided to break down your personal transformation into 6 simple to understand steps. Hello, my name is James, and I am on a mission to create a generation of gentlemen. First, we must understand exactly what a gentleman is. Everybody will have their own interpretation of the word, and everybody's idea of a gentleman will be slightly different, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But it's very important for you to understand what being a gentleman means to you, and why it appeals to you so much. Why is it a timeless idea that you aspire to? Although everybody's idea of a gentleman will differ, there are some things that every interpretation of the concept will have in common. A gentleman must always show respect, both to himself and to others. He ought to have a special combination of, on the one hand, strength and courage and valor, yet on the other hand, somewhat of an emotional side, being in tune with the feelings of others, showing understanding, keeping an open mind. And for many men, they are attracted to the gentleman idea because it promises a life of sophistication and refinement, not only in appearance and dress, but also in hobbies, lifestyle, activities, and pursuits. So how do we go from having an understanding of what a gentleman is to actually becoming one and embodying those ideas? Well, I think it's helpful to think of ourselves as a personal brand. And these 2 words have got a bad reputation after being pushed by LinkedIn influencers and people in the self-development space. But the reality is, everybody has somewhat of a personal brand, whether they choose to have one or not. Because everybody presents themselves to the world in some fashion. And I truly believe that an elegant gentleman takes control of this. He decides how he will present himself to the world. He decides how to dress, how to speak, how to carry himself. And he ensures that his presence, his appearance, and his actions all reflect the man he wants to be. A man of sophistication, a man of grace, of intellect, of dignity. So by thinking of yourself as a personal brand, you start to develop this intention about everything you do. And ultimately, this will bring you much closer to the gentleman idea. You may think that being a gentleman requires more money, more clothes, more extravagant social activities, more women, more dates, more apartments, all of this kind of excessive materialism. But the truth is, in order to be a gentleman, less is more. Elegance is in its very nature understated. And a true gentleman never overshadows his character with flashy material objects. It's perfectly possible, and even preferable, to simply be a minimalist, but with everything you choose wisely. A gentleman takes the quality over quantity approach to life. This means you understand which colors suit your complexion. You know which cut of suit looks best for your body shape, and which hairstyle suits your face. Get these basics right, and you don't have to worry about all of these confusing modern fashion trends and developments. You don't have to waste money trying to keep up with everybody else, because a gentleman plays his own game. If there's one area I highly recommend any aspiring gentleman to invest in, it will be in a timeless wardrobe. If you have a well-curated wardrobe, it makes it so much easier to present an image of timeless refinement and elegance every day. Because you simply open up the door, select a few items, and put together an outfit that will make everybody think you've just come from a wedding but really, you're just going out to get coffee. When you take the gentleman approach to style, you can afford to invest in pieces that truly matter because you're not worrying about buying the latest sneakers, graphic t-shirts, or athleisure. You know that investing in 2 or 3 suits, several blue and white dress shirts, and a few grenadine ties will give you near infinite outfit combinations. The next step on your personal transformation to become a gentleman is to master social grace. Elegance is best reflected in the way you carry yourself in social situations, the way you introduce yourself, your handshake, your ability to remember people's names, to tell stories, and to make people feel as if they were the most interesting person in the world, not you. Not every man is born into the type of family or school where he will learn correct manners and etiquette. But it's never been easier to learn these things than now. Take some time to learn the fundamentals of etiquette, such as dining etiquette. Always say please and thank you. And if you're on the dating market, embrace a little classic chivalry. It will go a long way. And if you can, dedicate some time to learning the art of body language. These small adjustments and subtle upgrades will make a big difference in your life. But ultimately, the true test of a modern gentleman comes during times of pressure and difficulty. And this is all about maintaining your composure. A gentleman knows how to navigate hardship, conflict, drama, and negativity with poise, grace, and dignity. There's no point learning all the rules of etiquette and having the best suits if you turn into an absolute baby when you don't get your own way. Learn how to keep your cool even when the heat is on. And if you can master this skill, you will be the man that everyone turns to in a crisis. Gentlemen, I think it might be useful to do a very quick recap of these 6 steps to help you on your journey to becoming the gentleman I know you deserve to be. The first one is understanding exactly what a gentleman means to you. What exactly are we aiming for here? The second step is to think of yourself as a personal brand. This will give you the power to be intentional about every choice you make. Step 3 is to learn that less is more. A gentleman doesn't overshadow his character with flashy material objects. Learn what works for you and stick to the classics. The fourth step comes in building a timeless wardrobe, a reliable set of garments that will always help you look your best. Step 5 comes in navigating social situations with grace, learning the art of the introduction, the conversation, and making a lasting impression. And finally, develop the skill of composure, remaining cool, calm, and collected even when under great pressure. This, in my opinion, is the most important yet the most difficult step of all. Thank you for watching today's video. Let me know down in the comments which step you are working on at the moment on your journey to becoming a gentleman, and I'll see you in the next video.